Okay, final stage. Let's go. Let's do this. Now, right out of the gate, there's going to be a little bit of a difference, I believe. Because, well, definitely is. Fuzi is going to, because he has upgraded napalm, he's going to be able to bank some shots, which will allow him to pot shot things, I think, a little bit earlier than what Atma uses. So Atma has to use the Vulcan a little bit more. I don't think there's going to be much of a difference at all between the two of them, but it's worth mentioning the fact that that could very well happen. So this is going to be another instance of me wanting to time both of them pretty much as soon as possible. And again, we're going to use the sound to make sure that they are synced up correctly. Even though visually it looks kind of close, we don't know until we get there, so we'll find out. So, no, I'm pretty sure they're not. Sounds pretty close, and the dialogue looks synced up, so we're going to go ahead and start the timing from whenever it is that I manage to hit the thing. And again, I'm not seeing a huge amount of difference here. Atma takes a lot more damage than Fuz, which is certainly harrowing, because Fuzi has the ability, and yeah, there's no difference there, because Fuzi has the ability to bank napalm shots, there's no real huge difference at that point. So Atma will have taken more damage at this point, which definitely makes the run a little bit more harrowing. Again, Fuzi's slowly gaining time due to that the Bouncy-Napalm. So I don't even really need to worry about the timing there, but I will go ahead and resync them. Effectively, the only change there is the Bouncy-Napalm allows you to take out a couple enemies ahead of time, whereas Atma will end up taking the shot and having to use the Vulcan cannon or a little bit of a closer range napalm to make up the difference. So let's sync these up for boss. Looks reasonably okay, but we shall find out. It's not quite. Now, the other important thing is that because Fuzi, and you can already see the time difference there, I'm going to want to go back and retime these against each other real quick. Helps if I actually... It's probably close. I don't know. The interesting thing here is that Fuzi, they both go for a straight, they fire off the initial 3 shots, and I think Fuzi gets a 4th because the napalm will bounce off of the ground and hit him. In either case, I know they at least land 3. Fuzi then gets above him and is pot shotting. Well, they both get above and pot shot down. But Atma allows him to fly up and away a little bit, so he has to wait for him to then land and then explode, and then you can fly up. Which also causes another round of dialogue out of Jake to start saying, I'm going to end this war once for all, and then he shoots up through the roof. And you can see the difference in time between the two of them, because Fuzi takes him out while he's pretty much still on the ground. And I want slightly before this, so that I can time both of them as they enter. That's not a good point, that's not a good point. That's pretty much right before the Capitol House. About on the steps, so we'll go with... Looks good to me. And the audio is pretty well synced, so... Time. Okay, that one... Okay, Fuzi is slightly ahead on this one, but that's fine. You can see, he waits for him to jump, and then pot shots him as he's landing, and then moves to the middle of the screen. So, Atma here has to wait for the extra dialogue box, which is almost as much as time as he's saving from the glitch in Stage 6. That's not pleasant. That's not the kind of thing you want to see. Looks reasonably close, and again, this is an auto-scroller. There shouldn't be any major differences. Unfortunately, there is one. Atma found out that the Welder Robot takes, I believe it's 12 napalm shots, and the game hard caps how much damage you can do to him prior to the screen coming to a complete stop. So, Fuzi doesn't take any early shots on him. Atma does. So Fuzi, at the end, has to sit there waiting for his gun to recharge repeatedly. So this is going to be one of the instances where Atma's run comes out ahead of Fuzi. And Atma's slightly ahead anyways at this point, but that's just me not being great at syncing things up. That's on mine. But because the extra damage was done by Atma ahead of time, there's a tangible difference here between the two. That's a screen fade out, and that's a screen fade out. Make back some of that time. So, doing as much damage to the Welder Robot as you can ahead of time, which is 4 shots, because it takes 12, and it doesn't matter how many over 4 that you do, you're still going to need 8 when you roll up on him at the end. Because Fuzi didn't do that, 2 more seconds of... not bad. And then there shouldn't be any difference here between the 2 boss fights. For giggles, we will go ahead and check it. Except that's... yeah, I'm going to want to resync these because I'm bad at things. I can't imagine there's going to be any difference between the 2 of them, but it certainly doesn't hurt to look. So we'll see how synced up this is. We'll use the audio. Did I not hit play? I didn't hit play. Looks good, sounds good. Cool. Again, some of the dialogue boxes just don't show up on Atmos, and I don't know why, and that's quite annoying. Fuzi gets into the grill of the gun slightly faster, so I'm pretty sure that causes just a faster kill. Sticking the nose of your gun in there tends to get the faster kill, I believe. Yeah, because Atma gets the faster kill because he's right in there. Fuzi was going for not taking damage, and I respect that, but we want to see what's fast, do what's fast. So... Fuzi got the first 2 kills faster, but because Atma stuck the gun into the head of the beast, that's what got it done. So, yay! I was gonna say there's gonna be wild desync between the 2 of those. All right, so there's the TAS comparisons there. There's a lot of time to be saved, like I thought, between the 2. Between getting the glitch in stage 6, which actually is only works on the Japanese copy. Atma said he tried it on the US and it did not want to work there, so that's fine. Yes. What am I talking about? Plenty of time to be saved between the 2. Various things that you could do that will be faster. Various things that you can do that will not be faster. I think in terms of TAS run, I think the Bouncy-Napalm, I think level 3 Napalm is going to be faster. I did not see anything wildly conclusive from any of the missile usage. So outside of that, just slightly better movement and optimization, and top route in stage 3, missile bays in stage 3. They both... or really, whatever the future TAS is, whoever decides to make it. Hopefully not me, because I'm dumb. There's no way I would know how to do it. Hopefully, whoever does whichever one of those will know to pre-fire the napalm on stage 4 so that Beldark flies into it, and then immediately leave the screen so he's off the stage as soon as possible. What else is there? Stage 5, top route versus bottom route, not really much of a difference at all. I think maybe top route is faster, but I would argue either are going to be fine, so that's okay. Bottom route was definitely faster than top route. Nothing conclusive on the boss itself in terms of using missiles. In fact, I think it was a little bit slower, so don't do that. Get the glitch on stage 6. Don't use missiles on that boss because, again, that was slower. And then having a napalm that can bounce off the ground is definitely helpful for getting through stage 7 faster. And then also knowing to get Beldark as he has downward movement in the Capitol building so you can try to skip that extra dialogue from Jake and shoot right up to visit the president. Do 4 shots of damage onto the Welder Robot. and stick your gun right into whatever it is that you're shooting. So like stage 2 boss, the final boss, the shuttle, but I don't think that was a thing. That might have been a thing. I don't know. So that's that. That's those. That's them. Their TAS comparisons. And who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll make one, and it'll be like sub 15 minutes.